Making money from your garbage. Now, Russell Brunson had mentioned, I think it was in the very first episode of his Marketing in His Car podcast, he brought up the topic of a company or coffee shop that was actually selling their coffee bags. Now, probably like a lot of coffee shops, if they are maybe getting their stock in those kind of canvasy bags, you're probably left over with all these canvas bags, wondering what the hell do you do with them. A lot of people would probably just toss them in the garbage and then it's somebody else's problem. But they had come up with the clever idea of actually selling those coffee bags. Now, I don't know what type of person would buy those coffee bags, but they did start selling them to somebody. I'm not sure if maybe somebody was using the coffee bags as maybe upholstery for hipsters' furniture or whatever, I don't know, but somebody was actually making some use out of that. So that became another income stream for them. Not only were they making money selling coffee, but they had this additional income stream. Now, I imagine they probably weren't making as much money on the coffee bags, but still, it's free money. It's money that they were throwing in the garbage. So that's what I want you to think about today. Is there things you are throwing in the garbage and you're not getting more use out of? Now, I mentioned a couple of times in this podcast that I'm a big lover of repurposing content. Content you do once, there's no reason why you can't repurpose it over and over again. Now, for me to think that everybody is dying to watch these videos of a 40-something man walking around a field with his dog, speaking to camera, I know this isn't for everybody. So what I'm doing is I'm taking these videos and putting them on YouTube. I'm taking the audio track from them and I'm creating a simple podcast episode with it. And in that way, I'm probably reaching more people. But rather than me just tossing this video out, leaving it on YouTube and leaving it at that, I'm making more use from my garbage. Now, another thing then too is at the moment I do a lot of social media images, and again, like most people, I probably throw in the odd motivational quote, the odd inspirational quote, or sometimes I actually find that surprise myself with some kind of bit of wisdom that comes out of my mouth every now and then, and I might write it down and I might put it on a social media image. Now, it's easy for me just to toss those images out on Facebook, Instagram, and just leave it at that. But is there some extra use you can get out of that? If it will maybe inspire somebody in an image, why not take that same quote, put it on a t-shirt, put it on a coffee mug, and then you have another income stream coming in and you're making more use from that content that you're putting out there, rather than only making one use for it and forgetting about it. So give that some consideration today. If you are creating content, if you are maybe tossing stuff away, try and see, is there some use out of it, or is there some way somebody else might be interested in it. Now, Russell Brunson had also mentioned that he had gone to some big seminar. It was some traffic and conversions convention or something like that, but one of the people turned up, and at the end of the convention they were disappointed that the hosts weren't actually sharing the information that they were getting on the conversion. So what they were doing was, what this particular person was interested in was finding out what were the kind of stats for maybe a particular landing page, how many people were converting, what kind of made a difference in a sales page, and all those different things. And they weren't mentioning that in the convention. But as Russell said then, that was an idea that he could use. He could simply put that stuff in his newsletter. So all the kind of garbage he was throwing out, all the homework he was doing, all the kind of failed experiments, all those different things that nobody else would see or hear about, he was getting more use out of that. He was probably putting it into a paid membership or a paid newsletter. So even though maybe some of those experiments failed, maybe it might have cost him money, he was actually making money out in the future because he was putting all his homework out there. He's putting all those experiments, what worked, what didn't work, what tweak worked, maybe changing the colour of an opt-in page or a headline or something like that made a big difference in an opt-in page. And people were willing to pay to get their hands on that information because it was saving them time, it was saving them money, and it was stuff that he was just throwing away. So think about what you're throwing away. Again, maybe if you're a fiction writer, or you may be throwing away a couple of short stories that you could package up. Is there maybe a short story with a character that didn't go anywhere that maybe you could give away maybe as additional content with your book, or maybe put behind an opt-in page as maybe a way of building an email list, or whatever it is. So there is money in your garbage. Never forget that. Sit down today, think about the stuff you're throwing away. Is there some way you can reuse it? Is there some way you can repurpose it? Is there somebody out there that would be interested in getting their hands on that content? And it is another additional income stream for you. Again, it mightn't be huge, but it is another income stream, and you're just tossing that money in the garbage. So give that a thought today and let me know how you get on with it. Now, if you'd like to know more of where these episodes are, or the website, you'll probably see it from the name on the little thing, or you will find it in the title, but it's WriteCome. Do a search for WriteCome.com and you'll find the content all over the web: podcasts, videos, articles, posts, and again, those motivational images are all over the web. You'll find it all over there. So I hope it gave you something to think about today. I hope I've maybe put some extra money in your pocket today, and if I have, it's been a day well spent doing this video. So as always, have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.